Nobody cares about
Nobody cares. But you need to know the audience you're communicating to. Will they understand you? Do they want what you're communicating? What are you communicating? And I said, I won't just be home. I will work and study. So grab the opportunity. Sometimes we wait for people to tell us, no, do this, you can do this. Sketch out the opportunity. Push, stretch yourself. Collaboration, collaborate. Please. I don't know if it's an African thing. We fail to collaborate. We want to take the space alone, and that never works. If you have identified yourself, you know your strength. I know your strength. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. We're collaborating.
And
right
regardless, even if we're in the same space, we have enough market.
Enough.
We can never exhaust it. I mean, think of the growing population of Africans.
Exactly.
All of those, especially if you're a household item, all of these people just need a piece of you. So you can never exhaust them. Yeah. I'm never really afraid of that kind of competition.
I would want is people to be authentic. We need to stop copy paste. Be authentic. Choose you. Choose something that will work for you. Because when you're doing something that is in your element, it's easy to communicate. Just to put it out there for the young people who want to work, you want to be somewhere, just put in the work. Desire more. Desire more. There is a lot. What pushes me, I really think that there is more to everything.
Welcome yet again to another episode of the podcast on Uganda. Every time I hear Uganda on the news, international media, I'm pretty much so excited. But have you ever thought there are names behind those brands? They're actually people positioning those brands, positioning Uganda for them to appear the way they appear. So I'm really excited that today we have a communication strategist, a skilled marketer. I love it. I like the way you describe yourself on LinkedIn, but it's amazing to have found you, Miss Jacqueline Muhwereza.
Yes.
She is the regional manager of Rage East Africa, and we're going to be hearing the amazing things Rage is doing, and just for us to learn something, a thing or two, because a lot of this information goes down under the tables, but this could be some of the information you can use to position your brands, to place yourself even much better, because there are people who are doing that easily and can help you in one way or the other. So welcome to the podcast, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
And I can't wait what we're going to get into and getting to know also the podcast, what it is about, and just sharing brand knowledge.
I love it, brand knowledge. I feel like there's a lot of information in the schools.
Yes.
But there's a lot of practitioners in the space that are willingly happy to share their insights, right?
Yes.
Now I think, okay, it's coming to end of March and there's quite a lot of brands. We've had that Ugandans are the most entrepreneurial people in the world. We have so many entrepreneurs coming up, but those brands don't make it to the fifth birthday. So is branding part of the reasons why people don't make it? What do you think?
Yeah, branding is actually part of the reason why people don't make it, because they don't understand it. You need to know brand and what you're branding. So I think most of us, when we look at people who have made it, or people we look at towards and see we want to achieve something because of this person, I have a role model, a mentor, we don't understand the effort they've done to build.
Yeah.
So sometimes people forget that a brand or branding is building. That is something we always miss. That when you decide that you are doing a brand, be it personal branding, you have to build it. And I think in this process of growth is where people give up. They're not learning. They're not interested to know what the audience is interested in. Okay, I'm Jacqueline Muhwereza. I am regional manager at Rage East Africa. What do people want? How do I present myself out there?
Nobody cares about it.
Nobody cares, you know? But you need to know the audience you're communicating to. Will they understand you? Do they want what you're communicating? What are you communicating? So it's not just about brand and branding. So I think there is a mix-up on how you have to present your brand and how you communicate it to your audience, or how it has to be related to your target audience, or what you even want to communicate. So I think that's why most businesses or brand personas leave out the intentionality of who you are.
Yeah.
And it has to be authentic, because you want to build something on a lie. You can't build, even if
Or
it's
copy
your
and paste.
exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it's your mentor, you learn, but you can't copy what your mentor is doing, because there's steps that personal experience can never beat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that we've gone really fast forward, but I
Yeah.
need us to back up a little bit.
Yes.
Rage is quite regional.
Yes.
It's on the continent and
Yeah.
you have your footprint in different markets. I really want to understand, or even the patriot who is listening or watching,
Yeah.
it would be nice because these are predominantly young people.
Yeah.
But how different are people communicating today as opposed to before? Are you seeing any changes in the way people are branding themselves or even branding their businesses?
Definitely there is a change. There is really a big change in how people are presenting themselves, how they're branding, but they miss out on the learning.
Okay.
So we are lucky that in this era, we are presented with so many ways of working, so many ways of representing ourselves. Your phone can brand you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to hustle so much. So your phone can brand you. Your word, your message, your storytelling, your creativity. So it has really changed. But it's the usage of what we have in space that has to be properly used to make sure that we're actually doing the right thing. But because we have a lot going on and people are not taking time to understand, okay, I want the brand, this is available, I have a phone, what do I need? How do I use my phone? How do I present myself? How do I want to appear? Who am I appealing to? So we miss some steps because now there is everything. We have mentors, you're like, she made it, I can make it.
Yeah.
And you start without finding out what are the basic steps.
Yeah.
So
practically, so the patriots
Yes.
is thinking, okay, they're just probably straight out of uni and they're thinking, this is a time to get into the corporate world. Practical steps. What should they get done with if they want to? Because for them, they're just starting up. So how should they start this brand they call them?
Understanding who you are. That is the first thing. You need to know who you are, because you're not going to a page on Jacqueline to produce something that you want to communicate to your audience. Because Jacqueline, I communicate to my audience differently. You, Aggie, communicate to your audience differently. So you need to first understand who you are. Identity is very key to help you on building, because it produces every other thing. Then you know how to communicate, you'll know how to present yourself, you know how you want to feature. You will understand much better if you own your identity.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So now we know our identity.
Yeah.
What next?
So from finding out your identity, learn what can build your identity. What are the steps that follow who you are? Are you a fashion person? What do you have to know about that market or the space? Your identity as a person, and you're a marketer. What do you need to know about marketing? Because trends change. You can't use the same marketing resources all over and all over again. So you have to know, okay, what are the steps next? I've identified myself. I'm a marketer. What do I want to achieve? Who am I communicating to? What are my goals?
Okay.
So those steps lead you. Now, that is why I was emphasizing on building. So the step that we miss on sometimes is we don't think we need to build, but you need to build. And as you're building, you're planning. So this whole time you're finding about who you are, you're creating your identity, you're actually planning for who you are before you go out there and people are not understanding. Today you're communicating something different. Imagine you've said it's middle class here, and then you totally derail from your main identity. So your audience is wondering, okay, what are we following? So that takes you back. If you've identified yourself, you start planning, you start building to what you want to communicate. And that is very important.
Although sometimes I believe it's a matter of try and error,
Yeah.
especially for young people. If they don't know exactly what it is or what it could be, they could just start. I feel like
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of people are stuck into, oh my God, I don't know if it will be perfect, or but they just
Oh,
need
yeah.
to get on with it and start.
Oh yeah, there
find
is
out
try
along the
and
journey.
error. I agree with you. There is try and error, but I wouldn't see it as try and error. When you're trying to define who you are, the things you're searching and learning about yourself. So what we may call try and error, but there are things you start identifying about yourself, your strength, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
So personally, I wanted to do law. Oh, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay, smarty pants.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But the university I wanted to go to MOOC, and somehow it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind there and then. Something I've always wanted to do as a child just changed because the university I wanted took me in. So I got another university, sat down with my mom, and I told her, you know what? I'm not going to that university.
Yeah.
I'm changing. Whatever this university has offered is what I'm going with.
Yeah.
So
Because of law.
Because of law. So the university changed my whole dream.
Yeah.
Which drove into marketing. And I love people, because even my passion for law was to engage with people, get to know how do people associate with each other? How do they communicate? How do they even figure out life? So marketing was it. I changed. So someone might have said try and error for that, but I started identifying myself. So I just moved the bits to marketing. And I've worked with a couple of companies, I should say. And my journey started with actually sales. I worked with a microfinance as cashier. So I was just developing. Now I was figuring out, because the course I was given had accounting in it. I had to figure out accounting. I had to figure out maths, which I didn't really want to do, but I had to cave in and do it. So in all that, someone may call it try and error. But it helped me identify my strength and my weaknesses.
This is not it, maths. This is not for me.
Yes, so I was able to identify what I'm good at. So I moved on from a microfinance to insurance. I told you I love the way we think. I love people. I love networking.
Do people really mean it when they say they love people? Because I feel like communicators, we're always, people can be so complicated.
Yeah, that is the thing. The complication is what makes you love people, because we totally think differently.
Because someone told me once, she was in the people business. I think it was customer service. But after hanging up the phone, she would be like, I'm sick of this. She was just sick of it, because I really don't know what God thinks of us. Like, we want this one time and then we want the other.
That's
and of
true.
course, as marketers, as communicators, we're always dealing with quite diverse people.
Yes.
So what do you like about people? Because you've said that twice in this conversation so far.
The diversity, that we're different. It's not static. Because I may want my things a particular way, and there is someone totally out there differently. They would bid to do it totally different from what I want to do. And in marketing, that is it. You have to accept that whatever you're selling is not going to be taken in as exactly as how you want to communicate. Or sometimes it will totally be misunderstood. So you cannot deal with such diversity and not deal with people. So the love for people is the love to learn how we think, how we work. I'm a perfectionist. Yes, I have the little weakness, but I realize there is a way my sister works and there is a way I work. And that helps you juggle between what you really want to do and exactly that is what you communicate. And that is how you communicate. Because the person you're going to communicate, Aggie, we're different. We have different tastes. So if I don't appreciate you in your way, in your image, there is no way we can communicate. So in marketing, you can't communicate without understanding the people you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
So you'll have to love people.
Yeah, you'll have to.
Even when you're hanging off that call and you're like, no, you just have to love them. Because you take a moment, a bug, and you're like, okay, but you learn something from it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, in my 9 to 5, I run an agency, and I
Wow.
see the beauty that comes with leveraging digital. And I know you're a champion of digital. You advocate because of the transformation. You are an advocate of of digital platforms.
Yeah.
So I wonder, from where you sit, how are all the other markets leveraging digital that you whereby?
So everything has changed into digital. That is it. It's properly digital. That is how we're communicating. That is how we're relating. The most population that we have, everyone has a cell phone. Most of us do.
Yeah.
So there is no way you can mess it up. You can't. Looking at the different markets, it's even easy to communicate from Nigeria to East Africa.
Yeah.
But we are learning different cultures and how to work and operate in these different cultures together. But what connects us? Because through digital, we are able to tell our culture, our story. All the storytelling now is driven with digital. So there is no way you can't be impressed with what we have in the market now. And you wouldn't know about how UK, US functions digitally if you've not involved yourself into it. As a team, we are diverse. So when you're with a storyteller from Nigeria, Abuja, and a storyteller from Uganda, you will literally see the difference. But then when we match up these culture differences, we learn how to work together. So
I'm curious now, like, tell us an example of one of the campaigns you've worked on that have bridged the culture, the people, but all joined by digital.
Okay, so we have a Rage Circle as Rage Media.
Okay.
So the Rage Circle it's to teach young people, is to learn. Our lead, George Omoraro, yes, leads it, and he's able to communicate to people and different people from Nigeria, but across also Africa, that is East Africa, Uganda. So we plug in digitally. And he's able to teach young people what has made his success story. And people are learning. And young, this is information most people are looking for. They don't understand. How did the George Omoraro become the George Omoraro? How did Jacqueline Muhwereza become Jacqueline Muhwereza? But this platform is helping us communicate who we are, but also teach our experiences to different cultures. Because we learn what Nigeria is like. Because in the spaces we're sharing what the market in Nigeria is like, what is thriving, what is not working. And then we're sharing what the market is like in East Africa. We're sharing experiences, and then from there we brainstorm into something beautiful to understand how we can work together, but also build more better brands. Yeah. Okay,
so in those better brands, are there any campaigns you worked on that have really sparked your imagination?
So I'm not going to mention campaign, but I'm going to mention Rage, because what we do as Rage is to build us so that you see what we mirror is what we can give you. So all our campaigns, if you even go to our socials, you'll never find a campaign artwork that is for a particular client, yet we have the clientele. So we positioned ourselves to be a brand. Other than an agency, we are also a brand. So what you're seeing that we're doing for ourselves, if we're campaigning for creatives to work it out, all the creatives have to do something in the company. Let them be out there. Let them show the world what they are. Instead of being behind the desk, and you'll never see a storyteller. Never. But this is a lot of genuine art. So we put our storytellers to the task. They're able to tell their stories through our own brand campaigns. So all our campaigns, you'll see content from Nigeria, you see content from East Africa, you see content from UK, but we are empowering young people to be out there. Like usually the camera men and all that, they're always behind the scenes. But we pushed that from Rage. They should show us. Like, I'm so-and-so, I'm always behind the camera. This is what I know about the camera. It is a campaign. I think we've built campaign in a different box.
Yeah, I've watched the content and I love to see how different it was.
Yes. So we've pushed away from the narrative of just having a campaign. We want to sell, 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 sell. The campaign drive is sell. What about the campaign of putting knowledge out there? A campaign of putting people to understand who they are. I'm a storyteller. I don't have to always be behind the desk. I'm a photographer, and you're not known in the company. You even leave that company and no one will ever know you. And yet we're saying we're a brand.
Yeah.
We're an agency. We're activating for young people to know themselves, build themselves, have an identity. So we've moved away from that. So that's why I'm not mentioning campaign.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I honestly get it.
Yeah.
I think a patriot can pick a thing or two because a lot of brands today also want to benefit from the clout that comes from their employees. You know, say the employees today should be your first brand ambassador. So if we don't trust your staff, we're not going to trust you with your business. So if your staff is saying something really nice about the brand, we can't trust that brand. It's nice that you're also skilling employees or in-house teams to be able to tell the story of Rage.
Yeah.
I think a few years ago, there was a media house that sent out some of their employees packing. And they're like, well, you're not active on social media, blah, blah, blah. And people were so furious. But I kind of get it, because if you're going to hire influencers to tell your story as opposed to your in-house people, they need to love what they do. But this comes with the engagement of empowering them to not just use the camera, but get out of your comfort zone a bit for you to be able to reflect what we need you to reflect, or to reflect the brand as is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this also empowers people, because majority of us are young people, and it's absurd if you just sit around with your talent and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You're waiting on that millions or six-figure digit salary, and it's not yet there. But yet, from your identity, you can actually build a lot. People get to know you, and you're like, no, I know someone. I've seen this person somewhere. So it introduces you to the market differently. Yeah. Totally differently. That is why we're emphasizing campaigns that are within us. Yeah.
Okay, so where's the opportunity now? Someone the patriot has understood who they are. They have seen what's available for them to use. But where's the opportunity? If there's an entrepreneur now, they just started, a patriot now, they just studied marketing or mass communication. Yeah. What are the opportunities they can tap into? But also for that investor who has their money stacked under their mattress and they want to invest something, where's the opportunity? What should they know?
So, like we earlier said, brand comes from identity and how you're going to communicate. If you know how you're going to communicate, you can't fail at it. Because you're now building, you're learning, you've learned, you know who you are, you've identified yourself, you've gotten all the resources that need you to build, present yourself out there. Yeah, I worked with a couple of companies, and it's been a journey to where I didn't just wake up and, I made some tough decisions, but because I had already identified who I was, even in the tough decisions, I was able to make it, right? Because when you have your identity, the opportunity is there. Yeah. You have it. It is not black and white, but move to it little by little. The bits start connecting. I've done sales and marketing. I've done your door-to-door marketing. I've done sales. I've done business to business, that is B2B, B2C, and something new that we've introduced as Rage, B2 community, which we're calling B2C. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Also, what are you calling B2 consumer?
So that is the normal. That is what we've learned. Yeah. But now brands are moving to associate with community. It's a community thing. I love your brand because we share the same community. Yeah. And it's easy to market. It's easy to thrive in it because we're 10 people and we love a particular brand. So that is selling. We have a particular event that we're all interested in. So most probably we have the same interests. So it's community. Yeah. So to a young, upcoming investor, just grab the opportunities, because when you identify yourself, it's easy to communicate.
Yeah.
I was still telling you about the different stages of my journey.
Mm.
I don't know. Are we supposed to say brands? It's okay? Okay. I've worked with insurance. Yeah, the companies I've worked with and served. I've worked with an insurance company before. I worked with microfinance. I started from microfinance. I worked with, that was like a very small branch.
Yeah.
I was working and studying when I was at campus. I really wanted to make my own money. And I said, I won't just be home. I will work and study. You understand? So grab the opportunity. Sometimes we wait for people to tell us, no, do this, you can do this. Sketch out the opportunity, push, stretch yourself out there.
Yeah.
So I did insurance sales. I always tell this story and people laugh. Insurance now is interesting. It's health. People have gotten or are learning more about health. So they feel like, yes, they should have health insurance, you know. But the time I was doing insurance, it was in case of fire.
What are the odds? Yeah.
It was general insurance. So it was comprehensive in case of fire. By the time you communicate to someone that please insure your
odds? Yeah.
your business or your building in case of fire, it was hard. But I pushed myself. I usually tell this story to some of my friends. I was given to be an agent, a sales agent, and I looked at myself and I'm like, I can't go door to door. No, I couldn't go door to door. So I got a yellow page book in that year and started making my client list, who I'm going to call and who I should visit. Like randomly, went through it and created my own client list. And all I had to do is call in and say, hi, I'm so-and-so. We have your database. I kindly want an appointment. Vis-a-vis someone who is going to go to an office, you don't have an appointment.
No, and you'll never get a chance to get into anyway.
Never get the chance. So I got 5 clients who accepted and gave me appointments.
From that yellow book?
From that yellow page book.
I
don't know if they're
like
still there.
Right? I was just about to ask.
But now we have Facebook. You can Google any company you want. If you're selling something, present yourself. So I made appointments, and that is how I was able to book. I think my first client, even I think my superior at the time was wondering how I got comprehensive insurance for. There were about 50 trucks.
At
the time.
That's a lot.
Yes. But because I knew my identity, I knew I wasn't going to be seen moving around the street of Kampala looking for business that way. I changed it. I was like, but there is a resource. So what is your resource? What do you have at hand? Is it the money? If you're an investor, how do you want to invest? So the yellow page book changed
it's amazing.
My life.
There's a new yellow page book now.
So we have new yellow page book. We have Instagram. People are selling. Even better.
There's a gentleman who was on the podcast and he was telling us about these different apps that will give you database.
Exactly.
For like different people.
Exactly.
So especially for salespeople.
Yes.
To find all this data that predominantly would have been so hard to reach. And now it's readily available.
And if you've not identified what you really want, you can't guess. It's not guesswork. So I knew as a salesperson, I had to sell. I looked for a resource, used my resource from there. I moved on from insurance. We worked with a fabrication system. Now joined sales and marketing. So moved on to launched Belazuri. Yes.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So with all that, it's the resources to understand what is the market lacking. Say with the cosmetic company, we had never had a manufacturer here. Never. A pure, nice cosmetics. To say the lipsticks, we had never, first ever. It happened here.
Nice.
But all that.
I read something about Belazuri. I think it's on the roadside that it's German made or something.
German technology, yes. The emphasis was on German technology because,
it was made here.
No, but it is made here.
It is made here.
Yes, so they had to bring German technology here to do the production, vis-a-vis producing from Germany and also exporting here or importing here. So what is your resource, I would say.
Mm.
Then another thing, collaboration.
Mm.
Collaborate. Please. I don't know if it's an African thing. We fail to collaborate. We want to take the space alone, and that never works.
Yeah.
If you have identified yourself, you know your strength, I know your strength. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. We're collaborating
And
right now.
regardless, even if we're in the same space, we have enough market.
Enough.
We can never exhaust it. I mean, think of the growing population of Africans.
Exactly.
All of those, especially if you're a household
Yeah.
item, all of these people just need a piece of you. So you can never exhaust them.
Yeah.
I'm never really afraid of that kind of competition.
Yes. So people fail to collaborate because of their different fears, but try it.
Yeah.
There is nothing that is easy or hard if you've not tried it.
Yeah.
Don't be in your mind and like, but that is hard. People don't like marketing and sales. Marketing is so hard. Sales is so hard. But have you tried it? If you've identified you can sell, you're a people person, have you tried it? Or you've had the notion that sales is hard. Or what sales are you doing? You've not identified the sales you want to do.
Wait, you have to tell us about the people of Uganda.
Yeah.
Based off of your knowledge of the other markets.
Yeah.
What makes us really unique? Like, what makes the Nigerians wonder or in awe about Uganda?
Honestly, we're laid back people. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's how we are.
Yeah.
And Nigerians are more aggressive. They'll take on an opportunity very fast. And we're aggressive too. But I think we take it on a laid back position, right?
But how can that be aggressive?
So you want it, you work for a bit, 1-2 weeks, and lay back. So you put your aggressiveness up there, but then you lay back. So what would have pushed you goes to nothing and waste. Yeah. That is why our brands are failing. You invest. By the time you've made your money, you've invested, you've pushed out a brand, because in a month it's not giving you what you expected, this business does not work.
I also think there's a lot of expectation on quick wins, you know?
Yes.
Like, this has to be done today and we need to get it done today.
Yes. And that's because when we don't identify that this is a process, because when you're in the process of identifying, it's not easy. You're learning the things, you work out and they don't come to fruition. So you're not giving up, but then you're like, okay, let me do this once again. Let me try out this. Let me give it my best. Or maybe I did, because you're not learning. So when you only look at Aggie made it and I just have to be with Aggie. I have to be like her. I'm working so hard to be like her. So your expectations vis-a-vis what you are different. So there is no way you're going to push Aggie's expectation and look on yourself when you're not close to Aggie.
Yeah.
You understand? So if people fail to understand who they are, how to collaborate, how to relate, how to communicate, to also learn the process, to know that this is a process.
And you're in it for the
and
long
you're
haul.
in it. And you want a quick win.
Yeah.
It didn't work like that. Right. I didn't start my process like after campus, I had a well-paying job. I didn't start like that. I had to work the process. And I didn't give up because I knew and I identified I wanted, okay, I used to write this. I used to say, I want to really be an international marketer. And I didn't see how it was going to work out, but I kept on pushing myself to different challenges and to learning. Learning doesn't stop. To whatever you want to be, achieve, learning doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop at all.
Okay. It all sounds sensational. Like you say, you're a sensational marketer. I wonder if you did have the magic wand. I always ask this for all the communicators. If you did have the magic wand to change something about our branding, the way we do branding in Uganda, what would it be?
I think for me, it's how best we communicate. Like, put it out there and get your target right. Get your audience right. That will be my magic wand. Because we have resources. the resources are there. So it's communication. We have a misaligning to our audiences. And now in this era where people think what works for Aggie will work for me. Aggie is putting out particular content, then I'm putting out. So the magic one I would want is people to be authentic.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Be true to our story. Yeah.
Yes.
We were talking about, when we were saying this, but I feel like the content that is trending globally still applies to our local context.
Yes.
So if you think who makes you laugh, the comedians on social media, that kind of content will resonate because it's very relative.
Yes.
However, we're always quick to create content, podcasts, pretty much sound like the same Tom and Dee on YouTube channel.
Your audience gets bored. Your audience gets bored because they're confused. So that's why I'm saying that would be a magic one. To just know, if I'm communicating this, let it be that and not copying or pasting, because I think that is one thing from branding, even from agencies, that we as an agency try so much to fight, that if so-and-so has done this, let's not do the same thing.
Yeah.
If there are flyers, why am I also pouring down flyers? Can I use the same message to communicate it differently? You understand? Then using the same message, same communication. So your audience is used. Yeah. They're not surprised. They're not amazed. Yeah. There is nothing new. They are thinking you're almost the same. Like if I take this or take this, it's almost the same because this is what we're producing. So that being authentic and know what you're communicating, but differently. Treat it. I can't be a comedian and use another person's script to come up with my own comedy.
Yeah, that's come for you.
You get. But people sit down and like, no, so-and-so has made it. And we don't want to go through the process. We don't really want to go through the process. And that makes it hard. Yes.
Okay. I think we've exhausted quite a lot this afternoon. Yeah. But we have a very last question before our rapid fire. So we have our last question. We ask every guest that comes onto this podcast. And the question is about achieving a middle-class economy.
Yes.
You already know?
Yes.
What do you think it's going to take for Ugandans to communicate their way into the middle class?
If it's not just communicating, I would think for Uganda as a country, I think involvement in these spaces, let's involve bigger and better. Let's not be static in one area.
Someone said, think big.
Yes, we have to.
Is that what you mean?
Yes. Our audience is not only in Uganda. We are in a very diverse and we can easily communicate to different spheres so easily. But it's just that when we box it and you think your market only lies in Uganda, then you're only going to be static in a box of Uganda. And what if Uganda doesn't even appreciate you? I've seen some influencers being very frustrated about how they do content here and it doesn't work out like it does for other content creators in different countries. Because you think Uganda is only going to be your audience, and that is what you're going to produce. You're going to produce for the Ugandan audience, yet you could be global. You could be global. So Uganda has to involve. We've had investors, but we've not utilized even the opportunities that investors have brought into the country. So Uganda has to be more involved globally, but also pick out what are we picking that will affect our middle class economy. What are we picking? What are we bringing to make an impact, to change our middle class? Because we are global.
Because we think, well, on paper we've achieved it, but have we really achieved it?
So we're still on that journey.
Yes, we are, right? So we hope that when we do actually get there properly, then we thrive in it, not just on paper, and then there's not quality education, there's not better healthcare, there's not better infrastructure in terms of roads. We've had a lot of people complaining, oh my God, the pothole outside this block.
Yes.
Well done. Well, it's not our fault, but yes, we envision that kind of middle class economy, that the infrastructure is way better, but it still comes from these young people, honing their craft and making sure that they excel at it and get paid for it, in the long run, they contribute to the middle class economy.
Yeah. And also, as Uganda, we need to be consistent. We are not consistent.
How so?
So once you grab onto something, you see, we're saying roads.
Yeah.
We make one good road and make another bad road. We make one good project and make another bad project. We cannot get into it. So I would say, let's be consistent, very much so. It helps, and do what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Consistency, guys. If there's one thing you can take out of this conversation,
Yes.
be consistent with your brand, with yourself, knowing your identity, because without knowing who you are, you'll then get tarnished by so many who think they know you better. Yeah. Thank you so much for making time. Now we have the very last question, and that is the fun part of the conversation, which is the rapid fire. So you're going to tell us 3 things that come off of your head when we talk about the things that we are doing at the moment that will help us get to the middle class economy. There are 3 things that we need to stop doing now because they're not taking us anywhere. So, rapid fire, what are those things we are currently doing that will help us get to the middle class economy even quicker?
We're collaborating a little bit more. We've invited so many investors, tourism, and all that. That will help us. So we're learning more cultures other than just our culture. Yes. Or the 3. Yeah. So it's collaboration, and we are eager to learn. We are eager to learn from other people. And this has come through what the internet is doing, the change in the market space. So you need to be on top of your game to have it in the market. Yes. And what last thing that we
are doing, and you think, yes, we need to continue doing this thing because it will get us there?
Be hospitable. We are loving people.
That's true.
It eases collaboration. It eases communication. Yes, let's be hospitable.
Now, the very last one, what do you think we need to stop at this moment because it's not doing us any good for the middle class?
Copy paste.
Yeah.
We need to stop copy paste. Be authentic. Choose you. Choose something that will work for you. Because when you're doing something that is in your element, it's easy to communicate. It's easy to collaborate. It's easy for you to be consistent.
Wonderful.
Then secondly, that we shouldn't really do, I think, blame ourselves. Right?
Self-pity?
Self-pity. Blame yourself. This didn't work out. No, push yourself. Put it out there. Try again and again and again until it works out.
Okay.
And third, that we should stop doing.
Yeah.
Relying on information that doesn't push you, doesn't move you. So you need to be sure of the information you're putting out there. Be sure of yourself. So let's not just copy because the trend, and then you just move on with information without even understanding what it's empowering.
Yeah.
What is it pushing? Then you have the same. It almost goes back to copy paste, but rely on very resourceful information.
It's so funny because last night I was speaking to a lady who was also mentioning the fact that we need to watch the news, but I was telling her, hey, look, I don't watch the news that much because of how much depression it sort of triggers. Me. So I choose to take in information. I choose to,
Exactly.
Not the one will
trigger you.
In my opinion, trigger me. And I clearly know that, yes, I know it's sad. But we should be open to wanting to learn and be educated about, I don't know, specific topics. But for me, if it's not going to serve me, then...
Mental health.
Yeah, mental health.
Skip it.
Mental health. Is there anything you feel we haven't touched upon?
I would just think that just to put it out there for young people who want to work, you want to be somewhere, just put in the work. Try and put in the work. I think we sometimes forget to actually put in the work.
Yeah.
And once you don't put in the work,
people forget, or people just don't know how to?
Because we think it's easy. When you have work done or seen work done, there is a tendency of thinking it's easy to be
Yeah.
behind the camera
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're seeing a camera guy.
Yeah.
But let's try and appreciate the people who put in the work, but also us to put in the work much more. Desire more. There is a lot. What pushes me, I really think that there is more to everything.
Yeah.
It's not always one thing that, oh, now it's rage and that's it. There is more to rage. There is more to achieve. There is more to accomplish. There is more to you to find out every other single day. Yes.
It's a good note to end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Patriots. We want to take this moment to appreciate the Tribe Africa who has made it their mission to give us better content. And for that, you need to subscribe to this channel because we've leveled up, we've taken up the content a notch higher. So you must subscribe not to miss out on such a caliber of leaders, of communicators, just to help us achieve that middle class economy by 2040.